I've been up since 3:30, but basketball must be discussed.
I got the juice, I play for hours. Coldest thing running, unlimited power. Doing my thing.
What's going on? It's your boy Juice, and we're gonna do it like a late night radio show. Not a lot of noise because obviously the people in my house are trying to sleep, so we're not gonna be crazy loud. But yeah, no, it was a good week for basketball. Good weekend, I should say. You know, we're out of week 0 and into week 1, going into week 2. And my question above everything else is, what can't Chelsea Gray do? You know, I can make up all these things about who's got the juice and week in and week out, but you know, Chelsea Gray staring us right in the face. She's tearing everybody up. She's going nuclear and making sure her team comes away with the victory. 3-0. There's a lot of season left, but she's been killing it. But just to hop right in, I posted pretty much on everything my power rankings, and for those who haven't seen those, I'll put them on the screen. And I have the Rose, and they kind of stayed static at number 1, the Mist at number 2, the Breeze at 3, Phantom at 4, Laces at 5, the Vinyl at 6, the Owls at 7, and then the Hive at 8. It was not a lot of movement because I feel like there is some teams that are separating themselves, meaning the Rose and unfortunately the Hive, and then everybody else in the middle is kind of moving in different ways, and we don't really know what they're going to look like at the end of the season, because right now we think the Owls are at least going to get back Skylar Diggins, so there's that. And then for the rest of them, they're kind of all mixed up together, and then I don't really know what to do with the Vinyl right now. You know, they feel like they want to be like the Mist, the Breeze, the Laces, the Phantom, but it's just something missing, and I can't figure it out. And they have a fully healthy team as far as I know. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me. You know, they played the Rose really well, really close. But, you know, they kind of just dropped it at the end of the game. You know, they were going back and forth with buckets. And it's just like, who's going to win this? Who's going to win this? But obviously Chelsea Gray said, I call game, because I didn't come here to lose. And, you know, so it's one of those things where it makes you think that, makes you feel like they should be better than they are. Because then they came and they beat the Hive, which they should. Everybody should beat the Hive, because the Hive don't have the greatest of teams. But that's not really something that, I don't know what it is about this team. I can't figure it out, because Ryan is Ryan. She's going to be how she is. She's not going to drive as much as I think she should, but she can also shoot. And when she when she's on, she's on. So I don't really know what to do with that. Excuse me. The Rose looked great. No really notes on the Rose. They get it from all points of the team. I just hope that, you know, this team doesn't have to continue to depend on Chelsea, and that somebody else can like drag them to a victory one of these days, or they can get it done as a unit, because you don't want to be supremely led by one person. I don't think. I mean, you can, but I don't know. I just hope you hope something doesn't happen to that person, because then if it's that person and the next man up isn't used to getting those buckets and those shots off, sometimes it can be bad. I mean, but for right now they're winning, so it really doesn't matter. The Breeze look good as anybody. You know, they're not going to be one that to be using youth against them. It's not that they're young and they can't do it. They're the ones that are out there rolling with the big dogs as well. They are well built. They have good size. They have playmaking. They have defense. They have shooting inside, outside. Like, they have it all, just like the Rose do. And I think I would like to say the Mist have a team like that as well. The only other teams that I would say are quote unquote complete, I would say the Phantom strike me as another complete team. My Laces are good. They're defensively good and things like that. I just feel like we're not a complete team, because we don't really have a big, not really, we have Nas, Alyssa, Canada, Sykes, Captain Jack, and then Maddie. And so it's just like, while there's no real true big, like Nas and Alyssa can bang with the bigger ones, but like they're not like those guys though. So I just kind of worry about it, because size really matters when it comes to playing against these girls. And because like all these other teams have like certified bigs, like the Mist have Lee and Alana, and the Rose have Azare and Shakira, and the Breeze have obviously Dominique, and even Rakia is a bigger girl too, at like a 6'3", 6'4", something like that, maybe 6'2", somewhere around there. And then I'm missing one, and Dominique. So Dominique and Cam, like they're over there, like they all the teams really. I mean, and so it's just I wonder how we're gonna get along. We're kind of built on guard and forward play, so it'll be interesting to see how we go from there. What I like about the Phantom, let me get to the notes that I did for them. Kiki has come around a couple of those games before. She looked like she was actually a super rookie, but again, like people have been saying, some of these players haven't played 3-on-3, so they're just getting used to it and everything. So we can't sit here and say, they suck, they're not doing great or whatever, because again, they're just getting used to it. Kelsey, my GOAT, Kelsey Plum has come alive these last couple of games, and of course they've ended in dubs, and you have to wonder if this is going to be the way going forward, because they're torching people. Kelsey is just like, she didn't shoot crazy last game, but I mean, when she hit that third quarter, it was just like, all right, I got this. I'm gonna dribble around, and I'm gonna hit you with the reverse, with the offhand, or no, the same hand on the same side. She was coming down and doing her little bounce, and then it's just what I always call, if she does a certain thing on the three, she's gonna make it every single time. If you watch the Sparks games, if you watch her previous games with the Aces and stuff like that, you'll see that she has a tail, but it's a tail that nobody can stop, and she's gonna hit it every single time. It's dang near not like 100%. It's crazy. I liked how Tasha Cloud looks. She's one of my favorite facilitators out there in Unrivaled, outside of Chelsea Gray and Marina, and what she's been doing. She really runs the team the way that it ought to be, because Kelsey was going bucket for bucket when they were going to playing against the Mist, and I was just like, she's not going to let them lose either. And it's one of those games where she like scored so much, and like everybody else scored so much, that it was like they only realistically needed like maybe 10 points from her, because the score was so bad when they scored like 90 something points. Like they only needed like a few points from her to beat them. And now granted, she's the reason why they won, but like they beat them so bad, it was like if you took her 38 points away, they would have only lost by like 3 or 4. So that's kind of freaking crazy. But yeah, no, I love the way that everybody's playing. And then my favorite, I think my biggest part is like watching the Owls play, because everybody always wants to talk about how bad Rachel Banham and Rebecca Allen are playing, and they've played well this last game that they played. And granted, they usually keep up with teams until halftime, and then about halftime to like in the thirdish quarter, they start to fall away, and then teams start to just take away. Like they're not playing bad, but they don't have enough. Like I said, those two played well this last game, and so it wasn't the fact that they weren't pulling their weight. I mean, they weren't scoring, which is what you need people to do, but I think the game plan is to try to beat people with those two, because that's all they have in terms of people that like can kind of get their own bucket. Like Marina's gonna get it on her own regardless, whereas like Aaliyah can get it, but not quite. She still needs a facilitator, and so that's where everybody's setting her up. So I was watching them play, and you can tell that it's a lot more me and you centric versus us centric. Like, are we still passing to other people? Yeah, but I think it's still more of a like Shaq and Kobe, like hit me with the pick and roll, and you either gonna have to worry about her diving to the basket and possibly getting fouled on the layup, or her stopping and pulling up. So obviously Shaq wasn't doing that. So like Shaq or Kobe and Pau Gasol, right? It's not like Shaq where he's gonna go and terrorize the rim, tear the rim down. It's gonna be, put her in the pick and roll, and then you either have to deal with me Marina Baby, who's a deadly shooter, and I can get what I want off the dribble and sometimes get to the rim. Or you can deal with the person that's coming off the pick, and they can either pick for me, and then I'm over here, and then she can either fade and you're back out there, and then you're leaving the wide open for another cutter, whether it be Marina or Rebecca or whoever else is out there. Or she can be fading and she's open for the three. You trying to go over, extend to her. Marina on single coverage, good night. She's cooking, and then obviously she can then roll, or she can fake it and, slip the screen and then go somewhere else. Like, they're both so dangerous from the jump shot. It's crazy. And I was laughing with somebody on Threads about how they were saying how, Aaliyah is not that good. And I'm just like, well, but she's young, so she has time to get well, because she was playing behind, what was her name? Freaking Brianna Stewart on the Miss last year, and she was planning on playing behind Nafisa. She just got forced to the front, so she's learning survival and some go-to moves and some just having the ball a lot and being able to rock out even more so. I mean, I know she did it kind of in Washington, but I feel like she's growing here, and I feel like Marina's growing too. She's in her prime right now. She's 29, and her facilitating has looked better even than when they were playing in Connecticut during the regular season in the W. And I have loved. I've been posting clips all since Unrivaled start with her feeding Aaliyah Edwards and things. Her passes are just on point. She's finding her in unique ways that I didn't think she had the vision. Like, I thought that Marina was more of just an all-around bucket. I didn't think she had this to her game, but I always forget that, like, she has to be the one most of the time. Like, even with Connecticut, like, who's going to give you a lot of those buckets? Like, you got Tina Charles, but I mean, it was just those two. So in actuality, she's kind of playing off of Aaliyah like she's probably playing with Tina to an extent, because Tina could kind of get it a lot better than, she's going to be a Hall of Famer, so she could get it off a lot better than Aaliyah Edwards could and can. But I think they look good. I think I have more confidence in them than I do the vinyl. And that's saying a lot, because it's just them two versus a whole team of decent people. Because Timmy still needs to give more, I think, for everybody that's saying this stuff about Becky and Rachel. You got to say it about her too. And so when you talk about those five, and when Sky comes back, I will give them a fair shake. But for right now, I can't put them. I put them at the bottom, and that's what I put on the ranking too, is that they're the best of the worst. And when I say best of the worst, I mean out of them, the Vinyl and the Hive, I feel like they're the ones with the most potential. I don't know what the Hive are doing with that roster, and I don't know what's going on with the Vinyl and why I have no faith in them. But I like the Owls a lot out of them. They have a really good pairing when you have the whole roster at full potential, at full health. I like how they do it. I've noticed a lot too, for some reason, week one, it was the week or weekend of like bad entry passes too. I don't understand what that was about, especially like the mist. They couldn't get the ball to Lee Uru a lot of the times, or to Alana Smith on like pin downs and stuff. And I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I need a point guard out there that can get it to where it needs to be, because like you could see Natasha was doing that well. Kelsey does that well. Marina was doing that well, but like some of these other players are just not able to get the ball to the big, and so I was kind of confused on that and what was the issue there. But yeah, no, it's been a fun week. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to post more clips. I have to record the screen like with my phone, because HBO blocks it and notices when you're trying to screen record, and the same thing with I think YouTube does it. I think YouTube's done it for a while and stuff now, but we'll continue to post stuff. I'm heavier on Threads. It's just I get more interaction there, although I'll still post to Twitter and stuff as far as just little tweets and things like that. But I'm still on Instagram, TikTok mostly, and Threads are probably my heaviest one. So if you're looking for my stuff, you want to continue to see my other stuff that's not exactly in the videos or on shorts, come find me over there, and we'll continue to talk ball all this season, all of Upshot season, all of the W season when it comes back. Athletes Unlimited, if I can find the time to do videos and things like that, that might be one that I have to do like shorts of. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll figure it out, because we're here to do basketball. That's what we're here. Women's basketball. We love it. We love hoops in general. We're psycho on that part. But I really wish Unrivaled would fix their website. Just give me a filter. Just give me a filter button, please. I just want to be able to sort through my stats and build some more talking points off of that stuff. But that's all I got for this point. Enjoy the one day off that we have, or a couple of days off, but the last day we have before the weekend stuff pops back off and we go into week 2, and I'll see you then. All right, peace.